The fourth episode of The Bad Batch Season 2, Faster, was just a fun, lighthearted Star Wars story. Of the first 4 episodes, it was probably my least favorite, but I still enjoyed it for what it was. Sid seems to be keeping the Batch busy with multiple jobs at once. I think it's interesting they are splitting up on missions, but I also see why the entire crew wouldn't be needed for a food delivery, which is why Hunter and Echo are absent this episode. Meanwhile, Wrecker, Omega, and Tech accompany Sid to the planet Safatoma to provide her with some security, a job that Tech seems especially annoyed by. Maybe Echo isn't the only one that feels like they could be doing more. On this new world, we are introduced to Riot Racing, which might as well be the Star Wars version of Mario Kart. Obstacles on the track, weapons to be fired forward or backward, tempting but risky shortcuts. The only thing missing is a blue shell. Also, I would absolutely play this video game if anyone at Lucasfilm Games is watching. Sid has sponsored a racer, a droid named Teo, who is voiced by Ben Schwartz, who also helped create the voice of BB-8, but all I can hear is John Ralphio from Parks and Recreation. I can see this character being a little polarizing, but I love the actor, so I was instantly on board. Next, we meet Malegi, a professional rival of Sid's, who suggests a bet on the next race. She takes it, and of course Malegi's racers play dirty to ensure Teo loses, but then again, that seems like it should have been expected in Riot Racing. This whole setup is where the episode felt less polished to me. I guess I'm just annoyed Sid would make such a dumb bet, but gamblers make dumb bets all the time. When Malegi comes to collect his credits or hurt Sid, Omega steps in and offers a new wager to save her friend, which seems to surprise Sid. I don't think she expected such loyalty from a group she only considers to be employees. Her following conversation with Malegi is the primary addition to the overarching story this series is telling. We start to get some hints that Sid has an even darker past than we thought, and there's a looming threat that the Bad Batch might turn against her if they learn about it, or she might eventually turn against them. Back in the racing pit, Tech expresses his frustration that they have had to step in to save Sid from herself on multiple occasions, but goes along with Omega's plan. They repair the droid and his racer, but Teo is immediately run over and destroyed again, prompting Tech to take his place. The race itself is the best part of the episode. It's fast and exciting, Kevin Kiner's music once again elevates the scene, and I like Tech rejecting aggression in favor of thoughtful strategy. First, he takes power from his weapons and puts them in his shields. Then he dumps his weapons altogether in favor of more speed, allowing his racer to take the dangerous shortcut. In the end, his opponents are so focused on attacking him that they destroy one another. It's all a fun and different way to explore some familiar Star Wars themes. Sid bashfully expresses her gratitude and promises to return the favor to the Batch in the future, and they leave. Malegi, and especially his racer, don't seem happy to be on the losing side, but let them go. I expect we haven't seen the last of them, and the racer could be somewhat of a wild card. Malegi warns the clones that their loyalty might not be repaid by Sid, and that they should be wary of her. I think this episode will probably be slapped with the filler label by some fans on Twitter, but the scenes regarding Sid are what make it important. I absolutely think we'll build to some sort of key decision for her character as she harbors wanted clone criminals. At some point, that will become dangerous for her, and when the time comes, this episode will make her choices more impactful. That said, they may have been able to explore her character in a more dramatic way. Like I said, this wasn't my favorite episode of the season so far, but I did really enjoy the race. Not every episode or every series needs to be super dramatic all the time. I've been connecting the past 3 episodes of The Bad Batch back to Andor, and I think the 2 series complement each other very well, but Andor was very intense, and sometimes it's nice to just kick back and laugh and cheer for 20 minutes. But those are all my thoughts on Faster. Let me know what you thought of the episode in the comments. If you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to the channel to keep up with all our Bad Batch coverage, follow us on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram, and consider checking out our Patreon page for video reactions and audio commentaries for every episode as well. As always, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.